Have you been thinking of starting YouTube? You're doomed. Super doomed. YouTube is a mess. I might have made a video a year ago that says YouTube is amazing and it's rainbows and unicorns and everyone needs to have a YouTube channel, but I've kind of changed my mind now. I think it's my third year on YouTube and I do have some thoughts. Whether this is the most Jordanian thing ever. I started YouTube for all the wrong reasons. And I'm gonna tell you what the wrong reasons are, because if you're starting YouTube for those reasons, you're gonna be one of those people who start and are super motivated for a while, but then get demotivated, stop posting that much, and end up quitting. And I've seen so many channels quitting recently. In fact, a week ago, I saw one of the channels I really admired end up quitting, simply because he started YouTube with certain expectations, and YouTube is very unpredictable. The algorithm is crazy. And after years of struggling, he finally gave up. So let me just tell you what the wrong reasons are. If you're starting YouTube as a creative for those reasons, you're definitely gonna be doomed. Not to be pessimistic or anything, the wrong reasons to start YouTube is, firstly, the get rich quick thing. If you're starting YouTube because you think that you're gonna get rich fast and make a ton of money, calm down. It's probably not gonna happen. YouTube really doesn't pay that much. If you think about it, a video that made millions of views can just give you $16. Is that enough to make you a millionaire? Get you your dream house? Get you a Ferrari? No. Thing is that the cost of business on YouTube is pretty expensive. You need to have a good camera, you need to have a good mic like this one, and this one isn't really that good and it costs hundreds. You need to have a stand. There's so much gear that you need to have, a video editing app. All of it adds up as a cost. And sometimes it ends up not even being cost effective being on YouTube. The competition on YouTube is humongous. And it's really hard to compete and make any stable income. Another reason why the get rich quick delusion ends up being just a delusion, well, it's because YouTube is seasonal. It's seasonal, which means that sometimes you'll have high seasons where you have so many views, or you suddenly push out a video that is trendy and you get 2 million views that push your whole channel forward. But once that trend dies, or you start going back to your regular schedule where you're not making super trendy stuff, then you're not going to be having that many views. Also, even if you're just doing trends, sometimes it's all about luck. Just to pop the delusion of get rich quick on YouTube, the thing is that YouTube has 113 million channels on the platform versus 14% who actually make money out of all of those channels. And out of those 14%, only 0.5 are full-time. So what makes you think that if you make the most amazing quality videos, the most trendy topics with the best mic, what makes you think that you're gonna get rich quick on YouTube? Like, I thought that my channel is super good and I've made no money so far. Like, literally no money. I've just attracted clients, that's it. For my art, for my other stuff. And for my buy me a matcha latte, buy me a coffee. If you want to buy me a coffee, you totally can. It will be very appreciated. I have no matcha lattes support coming in, so I'm drinking water today. If you want to fix that, you can. Next time I'll have a matcha latte if you support me. The second wrong reason people start YouTube for is the viral obsession. Far less than 0.01% of channels on YouTube make a viral video. Yeah, just like to make you even more disappointed about the viral obsession, because it's probably not going to work, it's that 720,000 hours of YouTube are uploaded daily. It's so hard to compete with this. Is it getting dark? I'll probably have to turn the light on in a bit. Anyway, chasing trends usually leads to burnout. That's why a lot of creators after 5 or 6 years of chasing end up burned out and really rusty. So I really don't recommend starting YouTube for this reason. You're gonna end up feeling like you're a slave of likes. You're gonna end up hating it, and you're probably gonna end up quitting. Let's say that you do make one viral video. One viral video, it won't push your entire career forward. The algorithm is very weird. No one understands it yet. No one has an explanation or a recipe for YouTube success yet. The whole YouTube business is pretty vague. The third terrible reason to get on YouTube is the fame chase. Fame chase equals you're seeking validation. The chase of validation, even if you get all of the validation, it usually ends up with needing more and more validation. It's something that you can't really satisfy, so it's a slippery slope. Fame dies fast. Fame does not equal loyalty. Fame does not equal community. Fame does not equal satisfaction. Look at celebrities. They have so much fame, so much validation, so many likes, and yet so many of them end up doing drugs, buying Ferraris and expensive stuff obsessively just to get more validation, but then they want more and more. It's like a hamster on a wheel, and you dangle a carrot. That's it, really. Getting famous and wanting validation, it's really not going to equal satisfaction in life. Plus, what's going to happen when you get a few hate comments? Your entire ego is going to crumble, so that's why it's awful to base your identity around this, around wanting fame and validation and getting those things. The fourth really crazy reason I've seen people start YouTube for is they think that it's easy. They think YouTube is easy. YouTube is a second job. It's a very unpredictable, unstable second job.
Fucking kidding. How long have you known?
I also thought it's gonna be easy, but it was the most soul-crumbling, ego-crumbling thing to see yourself speak on camera for the first time, or to try to look into a camera for the first time and imagine that you're talking to someone. It's really weird, especially in the beginning. It takes a lot of practice, like a lot of practice. Public speech, it's really hard to get skilled in it. Filming takes a lot of practice and skill and research. Making thumbnails, scripting, fear? What? Oh yeah, camera fear, the fear of camera. So here's something crazy. Basically, if you've never stood and spoken in front of a camera, only seen how you look in selfies or with filters and things like that, even without filters, you know that actually the lens of your phone, it does not capture how you really look. It kind of distorts the sides of your face. This is like really TMI and it's so detailed. Before starting YouTube, I had a certain impression of how I looked. And all of us do, in fact. Like anyone who hasn't been in front of a camera. Also mirrors. You look different in a mirror. It's flipped. Apparently your brain changes how you look in the mirror for some reason. The first time you see yourself on camera, an actual camera, because cameras give you a very accurate depiction of how you really look in other people's eyes. Once you see yourself on camera, your self-impression will shatter, and it will be very hard. You might feel insecure, especially if you have a certain expectation of how you're gonna look.
Too risky.
Even if you look good, you'll be like, wait, that's not me. What's going on? I don't like this. I don't want to do YouTube. All that said, am I quitting? In order to tackle this question, my character arc, let's treat this like a novel, my character arc on YouTube across those 3 or 4 years that I've been on YouTube, it kind of looks like this. I don't know if you can see my notes, but it's like this. In the beginning, I was so excited for all the wrong reasons. I thought I'm gonna get rich quick. I thought I'm gonna go viral from my second video, from my second sketchbook tour. I thought I'm gonna go viral, and I kept checking how many views did I get? Like, did I already get 1 million or not? And then I see I have 2 views. I thought I'm gonna become famous by the second year on YouTube. And I thought that it's gonna be easy. So I was super excited to become rich. I was super excited to become a famous artist, have my dream house, pay for all of my oil painting supplies, my digital art supplies, with no hassle and no worry. Like, I thought I'll just be like, oh my god, I'm a rich YouTuber. Here's my money. Someone's ringing my door. I saw none of that was really true, and it was delusion. I thought that the problem might be in me, that I'm boring or my videos are awful. I improved my gear, tried to make my quality better, but I just realized YouTube is super unpredictable. I would make a video that I think will really get a lot of views, and then it doesn't. Then, my character arc after the slump, I go up. I reached a point where even if I don't have so many views, I'm still happy. And actually, I'm glad that I didn't blow up, because fame really messes with you sometimes. And if I allowed myself to base my value on likes and how famous I got or how much money I made on YouTube, that would have really messed with my progress and with my creativity, as I see happening to many creative people. I feel like this slump actually grounded me, and it gave me a reality slap, if that's how it can be called. I didn't quit because the wrong reasons didn't work. I stayed because I found the right reasons to be on YouTube with my ideas, and I always burst with ideas. With those ideas and those things, I'm actually changing people, even if it's just one or two people, but that creates a ripple effect, and I'm so glad that I can do that. Also, I'm showing off my art, so it gives me motivation to do art, because I know it's not just gonna be behind the scenes. I'm gonna show it off and people will enjoy. YouTube has become some sort of a journal, which is really, really enjoyable, because I might be very in the moment while life events are happening and art events are happening. But then a year later, I would go back to what I've been through a year earlier, and I will feel proud and happy and nostalgic about it. If you want to make YouTube like a journal, you're really gonna like that. I'm getting support and a community. The community thing is way better than having any type of fame.
You ever need a curse a sibling or a family or a society? My card.
You can be ultra famous but have no community. But once you have community, it's just gold. The weirdest reason that I love being on YouTube is that it combats loneliness. If you're an introvert, for instance, you might shy away from talking about yourself or sharing a lot of ideas with people, even your friends sometimes. But on YouTube, you know that the person who clicked your video wants to listen to you, and therefore you kind of relax and you go on and on about your ideas. And that's a way to socialize. YouTube is the most social thing I do, so that sounds awful. I'm not that much of a loner. Like, I am, but not that bad. The way I said it was just... Here's the reality check that I got that I want you to know in case you do decide to start YouTube, either for the wrong reasons or for the right reasons. First, YouTube is a harsh partner. YouTube wants content. It doesn't really care about you. It's a platform. It's just a business. It's nothing personal. YouTube mostly pushes and cares about the winners. YouTube cares about the faces of YouTube, the ones who carry the platform. YouTube could go above and beyond for them, but the millions who try and quit stay hidden. Another reality check is that luck has a lot to do with it. You've probably heard this before. Also, copyright is very annoying. You can make an amazing video, and just because you used 5 seconds of a song or used someone else's content just for like 1 minute, you can get your entire channel taken down and no one's gonna care. No one's gonna bat an eye. That's the harsh reality of social media in general. You could be putting hours and hours and hours into it, make one mistake, say the wrong thing, boom, you're cancelled. Another really crappy part about YouTube is that if you stop making videos, you lose. You will lose a lot of momentum. Your channel in the algorithm's eyes will go, ooh, it's not gonna be nice. Lastly, the reality check is that if you do want to succeed on YouTube, it's a long game. It takes a lot of time. It's gonna be slow. Now, there is an exception of people who make one video and they go viral, but as I told you, the odds are extremely small. It's not even 1 in a million. It's less. So don't count on that. Here's what happens when I drink caffeine. Look at that. That's awful. That's why I quit caffeine. This did this. You should watch my why I quit caffeine video. I'm gonna link it in the end and in the description. You really need to watch after this video. So now that we talked about what are the worst reasons to start YouTube, let's talk about what are the right reasons to start YouTube. What's the correct and good motivations that one might have for YouTube that will be in their favor when they start YouTube? One, if you want this to push your creativity forward, and if you love the process and want to document the process, then YouTube is great for you. If you want to serve people, if you have some value you think you can add to the community, then yeah, this will definitely work. YouTube will definitely work for this. The third really amazing reason to start YouTube is if you want to master a skill. If you want to learn public speech or drawing or something, YouTube can kind of be like a public learning log that will keep you motivated and will also motivate other people. It can also be your legacy portfolio. It's out there. It's on the net. You can get hired just for what you're doing on YouTube if you know how to edit and put your ideas out there in the world in the right way. The fifth really good reason to start YouTube is putting out ideas because you really want to put them out no matter what. If you start YouTube with those motivations, with that type of mindset, with no crazy expectations, you really won't be affected in highs and lows. Whether you have 22,000 views on a video or 100 views on a video, whether you flop or rise, whether you skyrocket or not, it's not going to affect your creativity because you don't need the validation. You have other greater motivations than just money and fame. I hope this help you decide if you want to stay on YouTube or if you want to start a YouTube. If you've been hesitating and people have been telling you, you're gonna make so much money on YouTube, you should go on YouTube. Is it worth it? What are your motivations? Are you starting YouTube or staying on YouTube for the wrong reasons or the right reasons? Because there's a thin line between those, and one of them will end up with you being burnt out or insecure or greedy, and maybe even end up quitting, throwing away all of those hours of work and brainstorming. Meanwhile, the right motivations will keep you going long term. It will give you confidence, creativity, it'll build a community, and it will make you happy, even if it's just a side hustle thing that you do in the gaps of free time that you have. Who knows? You might become one of those 2% who are lucky and succeed fast. But remember that those people are the exception, they're not the rule. And once you know that, you'll be unbreakable. I hope this helped. Bye!